What is up, guys? Archon, I'm here bringing you guys another YouTube video. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the loot box ban that a Missouri senator is trying to push through. So without further ado, let's go ahead and hop into the article. A Missouri senator announced plans to introduce legislation that would ban video games from offering microtransactions, like loot boxes or a random assortment of virtual rewards available to players for purchase. The bill would also ban pay-to-win designs which entice players to spend money either to surpass artificial levels of difficulty or to gain competitive advantages over other players. Examples would be your Madden Ultimate Team, your FIFA Ultimate Team. You could even say Battlefield, Battlefront, and the guns that you get. I don't know what you get out of loot boxes in Battlefield anymore. I know in Battlefront 2 at least, there was a bunch of this stuff. This is pretty much what started the whole argument. Call of Duty used to have guns in their loot boxes that you could get a competitive advantage over other players because they dealt more damage in some cases and they were just better off. Let's go ahead and keep reading. Social media and video games prey on user addiction, siphoning our kids' attention from the real world and extracting profits from fostering compulsive habits. So basically, they want to protect kids from developing gambling-related habits early on. And that's pretty much what loot boxes are. They give you that thrill of what's inside the box. You know, what am I going to get? Am I finally going to get that weapon I want or that skin that I want? You know, it also doesn't help that if you have other friends playing the game, especially for kids, if they do, that got the item in question, that it's going to make them feel bad that they need to spend more money in order to catch up to their friend. That's something else that needs to be looked at, or that's what this bill is going to prevent. The senator said in a statement on his website, no matter this business model's advantage to the tech industry, one thing is clear. There is no excuse for exploiting children through such practices. I absolutely agree. This is also going to hit the mobile market hard if this passes. This is 99% of the mobile market right here. They put out free-to-play games with a bunch of microtransactions built into them. The bill would apply to games targeted to those under 18 and games with wider audiences whose developers knowingly allow minor players to engage in microtransactions. So this is pretty much everything. It's targeting microtransactions as a whole as well as loot boxes. So this is hitting everything right now. And it sounds like they're also hitting 18 and above games, which we'll keep reading here. The senator cited the game Candy Crush as a notorious example, saying it allows players to purchase a $150 bundle that includes in-game currency boosters to reduce difficulty in 24 hours of unlimited lives. That to me, I don't play Candy Crush, so I don't understand it. But to me, that doesn't even sound like a bundle, or a great bundle rather. I would almost rather go pay $120 for 2 games and get hours of enjoyment out of those games than pay for 24 hours of unlimited lives and reduced difficulty. Like, why are you even playing the game if it's too hard for you? Never really understood that. I'm not sure what you can do with in-game currency. CNN reached out to King, the publisher of Candy Crush, and its parent company Activision Blizzard, but he's yet to hear a response. Yeah, I wonder why. I guarantee you Activision Blizzard is hiding under the bed right now. Same with EA. Because this is pretty much both of what those two publishers do. They build a bunch of microtransactions and they make billions of dollars off of them. I think EA net profited billions of dollars off of Madden and FIFA alone. And that's after the cost of the game. And it's not like the game quality is any better because Madden still has the same bugs it's had for years. Same with, I'm sure, FIFA. Call of Duty is the same thing as well. It's the same engine over and over and over. So they're not really spending a lot of money while getting a bunch of money back. Video game companies say features like loot boxes help them pay off the cost of developing a game and may also make it possible for them to offer their games for free. Well, yeah, it lets you offer your game for free because you're going to make more offering it for free than you are going to make it $60. Let's be real, you're reaching more audience members with a free price tag than you're going to reach with a $60 tag. I mean, back in the day, games were $50, no microtransactions, and game companies and studios were getting by just fine. PS3 came out, well, we have to up the price a little bit because, you know, everything costs a little more than what it did before. $10 increase. Okay. And now they're launching these games for free because they know they're going to make so much more money than the $60 initial price tag with no microtransactions behind it. Charging people to pay $60 is actually costing them money. Look at Apex Legends that came out in February. I think it was listed as 147 million already just in microtransactions. and the game came out in February. I don't remember the article I read, but it was a long time. It was back, I think, at the end of April. Sorry, I can't cite that, but I think it was 147 or something close to that. Either that or it was players total, or I thought it was the number of money they've gotten off microtransactions. Anyway, yeah, it's gotten to a point now where you're almost better off launching your game for free and just, you know, attacking the children market to make them feel bad that they didn't get what their friend got, so they keep spending money on your game. Same with adults. But opponents call the practices exploitative, saying they promote compulsive behaviors in children that are similar to gambling. It is gambling. It is essentially gambling. The only difference is that in most games you don't actually get to see the slot machine roll. You just get the outcome. You don't get to see the build up. Also and they foster addiction in users. Yeah, kids shouldn't be targeted with this stuff. Kids should not be targeted at all with this. And I believe baseball cards were a great example for what people bring up whenever you bring up loot boxes. And I agree that baseball cards are in the similar aspect. You're paying for a product, you have no idea what you're getting. That's the same thing with a loot box. You have a general idea, but you don't know exactly what you're going to get. I think the cards are in the exact same boat. Anyway, back to what we're talking about. When a game is designed for kids, game developers shouldn't be allowed to monetize addiction. Agreed. He goes on to say, and when kids play games designed for adults, this is an oxymoron. This shouldn't even be a case anyway. Kids shouldn't be playing games that are mature. That's what the ESRB is there for. And I did a video on this talking about this a while back with the parental controls. Because how is a court going to prove that a child is who paid for the microtransactions or the guns or whatever? Yes, the kid can play the game, which is what they're saying here. But how would you go about proving that the kid paid for them and not the adult? Because I 99% guarantee you that if a suspected parent or kid is buying microtransactions and the cops were to get involved, that adult is going to sit there and say, yes, I'm the one who paid for that. He's using my account and I paid for that. Unless there's a way to, unless they're going to attack it in the sense that if the account doesn't belong to the adult and it's the account that the kid plays on and it has microtransactions on it, you automatically get charged. I mean, that's one way they could actually go about it if they really wanted to. Personally, I don't think they should be attacking the mature games market anyway, because we're all adults here and we all know what we're spending our money on and we understand the value of our money and what it can be spent on. You know, we understand what we need to do to keep our money cost under control, whereas kids don't exactly have that value of money yet. Sorry, I kind of got a little weird worded. But anyway, they should be walled off from compulsive microtransactions. They should be walled off from the game in general. It's not for their age group. But again, like I said in that video, you're the parent. You're letting your kid play this game. You're running the risks. Game developers who knowingly exploit children should face legal consequences. Absolutely. I agree. They should face legal fines. Under the bill, the distribution of such games would be considered an unfair trade practice under the FTC. CSM, Common Sense Media, a nonprofit organization focused on helping families and educators navigate the media and technology, commended the bill. Parents are frustrated by these practices. I can tell you right now, they're not frustrated by the practices. They're probably frustrated from the kid constantly begging for money to put into these games. I can guarantee you that's what it is. Or they're frustrated by the fact that they get that phone bill back because they let their kid play on their phone, and he managed to navigate over, and all he's seen, like in the example of Candy Crush, is 24 hours of free lives. He clicks on that. It automatically purchases it because, you know, the parent signed into the phone, right? So, of course, it couldn't be anybody else using the phone there. It has to be the parent. And bam, they get the bill, and now they're out their money and they're not getting that money back. I think that's where the frustration's coming from. They don't care about the practices. And industry leaders should be supporting the creation of legislation, encouraging their colleagues to design products that actually benefit the well-beings of kids and families, the organization's CEO and founder said. Sayer said he also encourages parents to set clear rules about what kids can and cannot spend money on. This isn't even going to matter. If you give the kids money, they're going to find a way to spend it on whatever they want to spend it on. There's no way you're going to be able to say, do not spend that $20 on a PlayStation card to buy your next Fortnite suit or your Madden Ultimate Team box. If the kid wants to do it, he's going to do it. Or they're going to do it, whatever. And to set parental controls, ensuring kids can't make purchases without their approval. This should just actually be a thing on the console itself. Sony actually does a really good job, like I talked about before, to even access your wallet to put things in, or at least for a credit card, you have to have the user's password. There should be some type of sub-account system that they used to use for PlayStation. I think they got rid of it. But there needs to be something that allows the adults to micromanage the account so kids can't just use their password to, input information and then be able to make these purchases. The game companies, the console creators, the PC, all that need to go a little further with their policies in order to keep these kids from paying for these things. That's what I think. I've always thought that. And like I said, I'm not going to judge anybody who lets their kids play like a Call of Duty or a Halo or whatever. That's on you. That's 100% on you. If you want your kids paying for these microtransactions, it's on you. It's whatever. But I personally don't think they should. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think that this is going too far? Do you think that it's okay for kids to be able to purchase loot boxes? Do you think they're considered gambling? Do you think they inspire that behavior in kids, that impulsiveness, that they see something new that somebody else has and now they have to go take a shot at it to try to get it as well? What do you guys think about it? Do you guys think this is going to pass? What do you think the mobile market's going to do if this passes? Because it's basically going to kill them. They're going to be extinct. This is going to kill EA and Activision as well because they're built around the same model. Games as a service. That's pretty much what these are nowadays. So, anyway, the games industry had a chance to monetize, or to not monetize, but regulate itself, and they blew it, and now the government's stepping in. So anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Hopefully you enjoyed the discussion. I can't wait to see the comments down below, and I will see everybody on the next video. Later. Thanks for watching.